Hello guys, how are you? My name is Abdullah and this video is about me showing you the DevOps project that I've been working on. The main purpose of the project was to use Jenkins, Ansible, Docker host, Dockers and Kubernetes all together to create an end-to-end fully automated CI/CD pipeline. So the infrastructure I am using is my own private infrastructure of Cloud Synergy. Let's check it out. It is a 128 gig RAM machine with 24 threads. I have used 9 virtual machines for this project. Um, 6 virtual machines are for the Kubernetes HA cluster with 2 master and 4 worker configuration. Then there's Ansible server, Docker host, and Jenkins server. So overall 9 virtual machines. You can see the Jenkins server AWX Ansible, which is the open source of Ansible Tower, 6 cube spray nodes. That is the uh, GitHub project for HA Kubernetes cluster. And there's a Docker host and a random Galera cluster. So let's go to the Jenkins server. So we have 4 jobs. This is just the basic name and build project. This is the project where we build the project from Maven to unit tests, and then we connect to the Ansible server, push the artifact that is built from the Maven project to the Ansible server, and then we run playbooks to create the Docker image, tag it, and push it to the Docker hub. So let's dive into this, and obviously then we deploy to the target Docker host server. So let's enable this right now. Configure. So the description is build artifact and then deploy to Docker host using Ansible. We are pulling the sample Maven project from my repository at GitHub. It's a public repository, so credentials are not needed. It's using the master branch. I've used the poll SEM for every minute so that it can detect changes every minute from my repository. And the pom.xml is required by the Maven to download dependencies for the build process. The goals and options for the Maven project is to just clean install the package. The post steps are using the publish over SSH plugin for the Jenkins server. We are publishing the artifact to the Jenkins server. So we are copying the var file that is produced by the Maven project, and we are copying it to the app docker directory. From there we are using Ansible playbooks to create Docker image. We are providing the host files and the playbook for creating the Docker image. The next playbook is to deploy the Docker image to the Docker host. So let's go to our Ansible host and check out these files. Create Docker image.yml. So my Docker host is here. Clear screen. Let's check out the app Docker directory. Let's go to the Ansible zone. So we have a Docker file, create Docker playbook, deploy playbook, host files, and the artifact itself. So let's check out the Docker file first. So the var file is deployed in a Tomcat server because it's a Java application, so we need the Tomcat server for it to work. So we are pulling the Tomcat latest image from this command, and then we are copying the artifact into the Tomcat's web app directory, and then after that we are just copying the dist folder to the web apps folder so that we get the default login page of the Tomcat server. So that's all about the Docker file. Let's check out the create playbook. Um, so in this playbook, we are using localhost. We are using the Ansible host to build the Docker image and push it to Docker Hub. And become is equal to true means it's allowed to use these pseudo privileges. And these lines are commented because previously I was using the Ansible host as the Docker deployment server, but now I'm using a dedicated Docker house, so I've commented all these lines. And the first task is the building of Docker image by using the command module. I could have used the Docker module as well, but this one's easier. So this is basically the shell command we use to build a Docker image. Docker build -t the image, and the dot means the current directory. Arguments are the change directory to up Docker, because if we look for a Docker file in this directory, then which we already have the Docker file in this directory. After that, we are tagging the container image by using the docker tag command, and then we are pushing it to my Docker Hub account. So the Docker host is obviously logged into my Docker Hub account, and after the pushing of image, we are just deleting the tagged image from the Ansible host. So this is the CI part of this, and the last part is to use the deploy playbook, which is the CD part of this continuous delivery part. Deploy Docker image from Docker Hub. We have identified Docker group inside the host file, become true. And first of all, we're checking if the container is running, so we have to stop it and ignore errors. We have to put this because otherwise the job fails if there are no container running, because if you run this job for the first time, it will fail if you don't have this ignore errors part. So deleting container, obviously if there is no container it would fail, but we are using ignore underscore errors for that. And so after deleting, removing containers, we are pulling fresh image from Docker Hub, and then we are finally starting using this command. So that's all about this job. So let's see, we're going to Docker host. So this container is already running in our Docker host. Let's see, Docker PS. Yes, this was being up for like one hour. Let's go ahead and change the code at GitHub. Let's just say using Ansible and Jenkins. Go ahead and commit changes. So let's check out the Jenkins server now. We have to get the application updated after the CICD job is completed in the Jenkins server. So we already have a build queue because it has detected changes in our repository. Let's check it out. It has already started. So this is the application build part from Maven. It's also running unit tests that was already in the source code. Now we are executing our playbook, building Docker image. So let's check out our Docker Hub account. We have 130 changes. The last was an hour ago. So okay, so tagging the container image. Now we are pushing it to Docker Hub. Okay, successful, changed for. Okay, now we are deploying it to our Docker host, the 20.60. Task pulling fresh images, starting container, Success. So the job completed as a success. Let's check out if the text has changed. So it's unresponsive right now. Okay, yeah. So the application is being updated. We just committed the code and we can see the reflected Docker container. So let's check out the Kubernetes job. Um, let's go back to Jenkins and let's just disable this one. As soon as I enable the Kubernetes job, it's going to start as it's going to detect changes. I mean, right now the Kubernetes cluster kubectl nodes. And the IP for the master server is 1.52. So we have the old container running right now. See, we have two masters and four workers. And we can just do minus override. So we have 52, 53 for the master server. Let's go and check the job for the CI part of Kubernetes. Let's enable it to. This job is just building the artifact, the war file, then talking to Ansible server, then using the playbooks to package it into the container and pushing it to Docker Hub. So the final artifact is the Docker image that has been pushed to the Docker Hub. Everything is the same, and we are just using one playbook to create. We are not doing the deployment or the delivery part in this job, but we are like doing the post build actions. Like if this job completes successfully, then we want it to execute the CD build for Kubernetes, which will be responsible for the continuous deployment part. This all will happen automatically if the build is successful. Let's see if the build is started. Okay, so it has been queued, so it's starting. It's pending. So starting, it's just going to push the Docker image. Let's see what's going on in the CD part of the build. Configure. So the only job of this build is to use the Ansible server to execute two playbooks to deploy the deployment YAML file in the Kubernetes cluster, and also the service YAML file that exposes the codes of that deployment. So we're just going to be running these two playbooks, deploy.yaml and service.yaml. Let's go check these playbooks out. This is in our Ansible opt Kubernetes, Ansible cd cd Kubernetes ls. So let's check out the deploy and service YAML files. Cat deploy. So this is a playbook that is using host Kubernetes, that is defining the host file, become true, user root. Tasks are first to delete the old deployment using the command module. We could also use the kubectl module here. Kubectl delete deployment, the deployment name, ignore error store because for the first time there would be no deployments. Then create the deployment using the deploy Devops YAML file that is located in this folder in the Kubernetes cluster. Let's go check it out. cd Kubernetes ls. So these are two Kubernetes resource files. One is service, one is deployment, and so we are just applying these files by using the kubectl command line module. And let's check out the service file. we are just deleting the service, and then applying this service file in the Kubernetes cluster. Let's check out these files. Cat deploy. We start from the API version. And we have to choose what kind of it. It could be a deployment pod or service. Then we are defining the name for this deployment. A deployment is responsible for many pods. It's responsible for the replica set. And then we are defining the name for the app. The app meaning the pod in this case. Pod can consist of multiple containers as well. So the replica set is 2 for this. This is so we are using the app as the same name as here, and the container's name also is this. We are using the image from my Docker Hub, and image pull policy is always like whenever there's a change in the image, it will pull a fresh image. The container port is the 8080, the Tomcat's container port. So it will expose this port to the pod only, and then we need the service to expose the ports to the outside world. Let's check out the service file. So CICD service, the name, and then we are using the same app. We have to expose the ports of this app to the outside world. The type is load balancer. It could be node port as well, and this is the node. The type is node. So we are exposing the 32,000 port. This is the container port, and this is the tag. Okay, so let's see the job of Jenkins has completed or not. Yes, so the job has been completed. Let's check out the text. Yes, so we have the latest ansible and the Jenkins we committed earlier. So everything is working fine. Let's get the deployments. Where this one was deployed just 3 minutes ago by Jenkins automated CI/CD pipeline. Okay guys, so this was the whole CI/CD pipeline, and the good thing about Kubernetes is that you can actually access our application on any worker node or master node. Okay. 54 32,000, and then 55. And if we just want to see the Tomcat server, so there's this Tomcat server. Oh, this is the ansible AWS. Okay guys, thank you for watching and goodbye.